with that, I want to do a little bit different and just put the different colors in his tights to show that's where he started to come with the whole patches thing. And so eventually his clothes is going to evolve into the Pied Piper, which we know today. And then I wanted to put like, you know, kind of like a utility belt, not really, more like something to put his flutes, because most of the things he's going to play is like flutes or, you know, wind instruments. And then I just put a cloak on him to cover up his head, and then I made him black. Most of the characters I want to create, I want them to be black because we don't have prominent black characters, in my opinion. And so, especially as a main character, you know, even if we do have a black character, he's not the main character. Even though they created Mighty Adventures, which has all black cast, but we never are in a comic book where it has everybody, and then we're the lead person. So, I maintain it that way. So I drew him a couple times just to get a feel of how he would look, you know, and then I created the characters around him, the other assassins, and then give them powers and abilities, and because the main part of the story is going to take place in the arena where they all fight each other and just going crazy and, you know, trying to assassinate each other. And then, so when I flesh out the characters, I also want to give them different personalities. Like I wanted to have a kid, you know, just to contrast him being, you know, adult black male. I have a French, this is in English, so I want to have, and the Mercy Camp is actually French, and so I want to have a French kid who's an assassin, and so I created Pierre. Then I have what do you call it? A masterless knight, you know, somebody who's a mercenary now, but used to be this, you know, honorable, influential guy who lost, you know. So I want to have deep characters that have their own past, their own history, to kind of mesh in with the Pied Piper as well. So, but you want to flesh all that out when you're doing the character design, so that everybody has their own personality, their own look. So when you look at them, it's like you could tell the difference between the characters, so they all don't mesh together, you know. Because if you put 5 guys that all look alike together, then it's kind of like, who cares? But you want to create characters that are memorable, you know. So even in this 24-hour comic, when we create this, we want it to be memorable. We want it to be characters that people love, and people can tell from far away, even in the dark. Oh, that's that character. I know, you know, who that is. And then from the layouts, you got to finish the layouts. So after I finish out the 12 pages, then you transfer that to a big comic book board or illustration board. I see some right here. So you transfer that small thing to this big thing, and that's where you put all the details and, of how the costumes look and how people, you know, even when I do layouts, sometimes I might change it on the fly on the board because it don't feel right or don't look right. Sometimes I even turn it upside down just to make sure it looks right. You know, sometimes when you turn it upside down, you could tell, oh, that eye is off. But you couldn't see it before because you're just so ingrained, you know, in that one little panel. But you turn it upside down and put it far away, all of a sudden, okay, it needs to change. So, so after we finish the pencils, then somebody will do the inks. I mean, the rest is just knocking it out at that point. You know, you're just doing the labor. So the hard part is this beginning part. We're sitting down trying to flesh everything out so that once we finish the story, everything else is just having the time to knock everything out and get it right. You know what I mean? So the researching and the figuring out, that's the hard part. And that's the part we need to do right now in the beginning. I mean, so that's basically it. We just got to sit down and figure out what we want to do.
Okay. So right now what I want is really talk more about yourself, but you already did that. So what I want is everybody to introduce themselves and talk about things that they like to do, why they want to do comics, and then explain the idea that you have. If you have an idea, if you don't have one, that's fine. So that way because what I want is to everybody share their idea, and then we can vote on which idea we like the best, or come up with a new idea. And how long are you gonna stay?
All 24 hours.
What?
All 24 hours.
I didn't know that. I thought you were just kind of across us.
The whole time. That's why I was late, because I was waiting for my mom to be there with the kids. So my mother-in-law came over, and she has the kids for a little while, and then my wife is at work. So when she comes home, she'll have the kids 24 hours.
Okay.
So,
well, then that's a lot better.
Yeah.
Because we were just going to do what we can. But now we know we have somebody who knows. Yeah, I know. So let's do this. So the food is here. So let's take a break.
Okay.
All right. Because now that adds a different dimension to what we're gonna actually do this weekend. That we'll have a pro who knows what he's doing. All right. Let's grab some food. Let's eat. All right. And then we'll get back on it. Yeah.